Zoos have long been a place where people can witness the majesty of big cats up close. Tigers, lions, leopards and cheetahs are among the most popular attractions in American zoos. However, a growing debate questions whether big cats should be banned from zoos altogether. Animal rights activists argue that captivity is cruel and unnatural for these large predators. They believe that no enclosure, no matter how large, can replicate the vast territories big cats roam in the wild. Some conservationists counter that zoos play a crucial role in preserving endangered species. Breeding programs in accredited zoos have helped maintain genetic diversity for species on the brink of extinction. The controversial practice of keeping big cats in zoos dates back centuries. Early zoos, known as menageries, confined exotic animals in cramped cages for public spectacle. Over time, modern zoos have evolved to provide more naturalistic habitats and improved welfare standards. Despite these improvements, critics argue that even the best zoos cannot meet the complex needs of big cats. Large felines are highly territorial, and in the wild, they roam vast distances in search of food and mates. Many zoo enclosures are only a fraction of the space these animals would have in nature. Some big cats develop stereotypic behaviors such as pacing, excessive grooming, or self-mutilation due to stress. Zoos argue that they provide educational value by fostering appreciation for big cats among the public. Visitors can learn about conservation efforts and threats facing wild populations. Some big cat species, such as the Amur leopard, have fewer than 150 individuals left in the wild. Captive breeding programs in zoos have played a role in stabilizing these declining populations. However, opponents argue that the conservation value of zoos is overstated. Many big cats born in zoos will never be released into the wild. Captive animals often lack the survival skills needed to thrive outside controlled environments. Breeding programs may also lead to genetic bottlenecks, reducing overall diversity in small populations. The ethical concerns surrounding big cats in zoos have sparked discussions about alternative conservation methods. Some argue that resources should be redirected toward protecting natural habitats rather than maintaining captive populations. Wildlife reserves and sanctuaries provide a more natural environment for big cats than traditional zoos. The role of zoos in big cat conservation remains a complex and divisive issue. Some zoos have responded to criticism by expanding enclosures and reducing breeding programs. Others have phased out big cat exhibits entirely, focusing instead on smaller or more adaptable species. The possibility of a nationwide ban on big cats in zoos raises many questions. Would such a ban improve the welfare of these animals, or would it limit conservation efforts? If zoos were prohibited from keeping big cats, what would happen to the thousands currently in captivity? Some sanctuaries offer lifelong care for rescued big cats, but they are already struggling with limited space and funding. A ban could lead to legal and logistical challenges for zoos that have invested heavily in big cat care. Some experts argue that a complete ban is too extreme and that stricter regulations may be a better solution. The Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries, GFAS, certifies facilities that meet high ethical standards. Supporters of stricter regulations suggest that only zoos meeting GFAS-level welfare standards should be allowed to keep big cats. The use of big cats for entertainment remains another point of controversy. Roadside zoos and unaccredited facilities often exploit big cats for cub petting and photo opportunities. These operations contribute to an endless cycle of breeding, neglect, and abuse. Many captive big cats in the US originate from the exotic pet trade rather than legitimate conservation programs. The Big Cat Public Safety Act, passed in 2022, aims to restrict private ownership and improve regulation. Despite this legislation, enforcement remains an ongoing challenge. The public perception of zoos is changing as awareness of animal welfare grows. Social media and documentaries have exposed the dark side of captivity for large predators. High-profile cases of zoo mistreatment have led to increasing calls for reform. Some zoos have responded by shifting toward virtual experiences and conservation initiatives rather than live exhibits. The future of big cats in zoos will depend on ongoing research, public sentiment, and policy changes. If zoos can demonstrate their commitment to ethical conservation, they may continue to house big cats under strict guidelines. If public pressure for a ban increases, the US may follow the example of countries that have phased out big cat captivity. The debate ultimately comes down to balancing conservation, education, and animal welfare. Will the future of big cats lie in protected reserves rather than zoo enclosures? Should we focus on protecting their wild habitats rather than confining them behind glass? These questions will shape the future of big cat conservation in the United States.